Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about structure of a research article. Reading research article is an important element of academic life, be if you're a student or if you are an academic student. You could be a student at any stage. You could be an undergraduate, postgraduate, or PhD student. So every level you do come across different research articles that you have to read, and sometimes people are not very sure as to what is the best method of reading a research article and what is the structure of a research article, which then means that novice students often find it difficult to distinguish between a research article and any other scientific paper or literature review, and they find that quite confusing. So I just thought it would be very useful to look at various aspects of research article, to look at the structure of research articles. So my name is Parveen Ali, and I am a senior lecturer at Health Sciences School at the University of Sheffield. So let's have a look at that. So a normal research article, be it a qualitative one or a quantitative one, you would find certain elements which are very common, certain broad headings. And these includes title, abstract, introduction, methods, results, discussion, conclusion, and references. You may also have seen the abbreviations used as IMRAD at different places, which refers to introduction, methods, results, discussion, and conclusion. So that's the sort of the general headings, but then there could be differences in as to what's included under each heading depending on the type of the research reported into the article. So let's look at each of these headings. So when we talk about title, it usually includes title of the paper, names of the author, affiliations of the author, and maybe contact details as well, at least for the primary author, for the first author, as well as the date of submission and date of acceptance of the article in whatever journal it is being published. Regardless of which scientific journal you're looking for, this is the pretty much standard information that you will find in any scientific article. Then the next bit is usually abstract. Abstract is identified as a window of an article because it just allows you to read very succinct and up to the point information presented into the article in that short space. It's usually between the word limit of 150 and 250 words. It could be structured and unstructured depending on the journal's requirement. And the kind of things that you will, the kind of information that you would find in abstracts include the aim of the study, methods used, main findings, and conclusions. So that's the sort of stuff that you're looking for in abstracts. Then the next heading is introduction. The aim of the introduction section is usually to explain the problem and to explain the aims and objectives of the research that they're trying to present. So in the introduction section, sometimes you will also find a section on the background, and in some studies you will find a section on literature. So either way, whatever headings are used, the idea usually, as I've just said earlier on, to explain the problem, to explain why is it a problem, to mention the problem statement, to explain the significance of the study and what is the researcher going to achieve as a result of the study, anticipated results. It usually ends, the section ends with a description of aims and objectives of research and the link to the next heading, which is usually methods. So the methods, as the name suggests, it is a section which provides details of the methods used to conduct the research study. So it may include the details of this research study design used, setting, sample, data collection, and data analysis activities that have been done. You will find similar sort of information in qualitative as well as quantitative articles. The way information is presented could be different, and there could be certain elements which are different. So for example, in quantitative articles, you expect to explore, or you expect to have some information about the instruments which they have used to collect the data. You also expect to have information about validity and reliability of the instruments which they are using. And if it's a qualitative article, then you're looking for the information about the rigor of the study, for example. If it's a systematic review or metasynthesis, it will still use the terminology of method, but under the bigger terminology of method, the headings which I talked about here, setting, sample, data collection, would be explained differently. I will explain that into another video. So as far as research articles are concerned, you are going to look at methods section, and you will find that the information about sample, data collection, data analysis, activity, and other aspects is presented. Then the next section is results, which aims to provide information about the findings of the study, which are reported, and um, if it's depending on qualitative or quantitative study, you may also expect to see figures and tables in this section to support the analysis and to present the findings in more interesting and easier to understand manner. Then the next section is discussion, which aims to provide, discuss information or the findings which is presented in the results section in the context of available literature. The authors try to explain how their findings are unique and how their findings add to the body of knowledge, and what is the reason of the findings which they have, interpretation of the findings which they have identified. In some studies, you may also expect to have limitations and implications of findings in the same sections, and in some studies you also find that conclusion is the end part of the discussion as well, but in other articles you will find conclusion as a separate part of the article. And conclusion usually aims to summarize the main points or main findings of the study. There's no new information presented in the conclusion section. Finally, references, as the name suggests, it is the point where authors provide a list of all the references which they have cited or used in the research articles that you are reading. So that's the kind of a structure of any research article, be it qualitative or quantitative. You will find, as I said, the structure of the article presenting systematic reviews or meta-synthesis or meta-ethnography is usually different, and we will try and cover that in another video. Thank you very much for listening and watching. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Please do subscribe to the channel and like the video if you liked it, and share it with others if that's useful. Thank you very much.